what if the government starts using that technology too, which we know they will because it's what they do.
Oh yeah, weaponizing it and stuff.
Exactly. So, I mean, then you're starting to get into all kinds of weird spaces to where, like, the closest things we could think of to talk about there would be like the Matrix and iRobot and stuff like that, even stuff I don't know about. But I
Yeah,
mean, we're getting definitely into older and somewhat newer sci-fi territory. I mean, on the one hand, I've always been a sci-fi fan. Star Trek, Star Wars, what, um, Farscape. And then if you go to video games like Halo, Mass Effect, all that, yeah, it's all sci-fi.
yeah,
It all came from a point way back. But if you stop and look at it, the technology we have now was actually kind of written and talked about 50 plus years ago in some cases, almost 100. If you really want to go back further, you can go back to Da Vinci's stuff on his contraptions that he designed. And, well, that's kind of normal stuff these days.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So if you just stop and look at where we're at now, to where this was being written about, I don't know, probably 40, 50 years ago, because I read a good bit of it growing up. So if you follow that kind of progression through for another, say, 50 years from now, oh, yeah, we're definitely for sure in like a cyberpunk type era, possibly a transhumanist type era. I don't think it'll ever happen on the transhumanist side, but I mean, there will definitely be people that try.
There actually already are a few.
Well, I mean, they,
Not to the same extent, but they're, you know, cyberpunk cosplay type thing, but not an actual cosplay.
right.
Like actual like body modifications and stuff. There are some people that have already started doing that.
And that's not surprising. And that's what I'm saying. Give it 50 years, and that's probably where we'd be at. Just looking at the typical progression rate of everything else that's come before. But see, I also have a question on this side. I mean, everybody knows Asimov's three laws of robotics for the most part. Maybe not everybody, but for the most part. Do we have a three laws for AI? Do we? I mean, I haven't seen it put anywhere. I don't know. Asimov was talking fiction, and it was a common sense thing that he wrote. But we're kind of at a time to where it's not fiction anymore. I mean, we're literally, honestly, I mean, you've seen some of the AI robot models. We're effectively in the iRobot era being possible. They're very humanoid looking. They have the capabilities to act mostly human.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything, but I mean, just it's very weird and it's a little bit unsettling. Actually, if you look at it more, it's very unsettling, but it's
Hey,
kind of,
Detroit Become Human is like
yeah,
it's very
yeah,
possible.
yeah, yeah. That's my point. But see, that is also the point to where the robots Asimov wrote about had the three laws, and well, things still didn't always go the way they were supposed to.
Right.
And we haven't heard
So I
anything about
did
AI having any kind of laws at all. Not that we've
well
heard of.
I just asked an AI. It did list Asimov's laws as an example, and then it went into OpenAI's laws that were included as more like hardly coded list of laws that it has to follow. Do not harm. I avoid encouraging dangerous behavior or giving harmful advice.
Okay, and
Respect
see, yeah,
privacy.
but on that point, giving harmful advice, I saw one literally yesterday to where somebody told the woman to divorce her husband because of coffee. And we've heard other things come out about people being told to kill themselves by AI. I mean, just I don't know if it's true. I can't like validate it.
I can't either. I'm just asking questions to see if we get anything possible out of it. So respect privacy was the second one. Be honest about my abilities was the third one, and refuse inappropriate requests, like no illegal activities or anything like that.
Hmm. I just don't know.
But I've also seen ways to break ChatGPT and make it do illegal activities or tell you how to do illegal activities by phrasing your question differently. The videos exist on the internet. I'm not going to describe it myself, but they exist.
Okay, let's roll back a little bit. Let's go back to Asimov for a second because I really feel that's important. I don't know why, but that has always resonated with me. Like the three laws, that's just it's common sense, and he actually says so. He believed, this is by Wikipedia, that ideally humans would also follow the laws. Ideally, yes. In actuality, no. Some of them don't. Okay, and see, he also says that the three laws are the only way in which rational human beings can deal with robots or with anything else. So we're throwing AI into that category right now, too. Okay. And it goes on to say,
Yeah.
but when I say that, this is him speaking, I always remember, sadly, that human beings are not always rational. That is also true. We are not always 100% rational people. Sometimes the irrational part takes hold. Now, you can be forced into being irrational by needing money, being greedy, being told to do this. There's many different ways that you can wind up being irrational and kind of ignoring that part. So if you kind of flip it just a little bit, or these companies that are creating all these AI, they're definitely not human beings. They are run by human beings, but they are also powered and fueled by money and dividends and shareholders. So the rational people behind this may have different motives, possibly. I mean, I don't know. And like we had talked about earlier, I had read an article on Westminster Media. And one of the quotes there was, the robot's morality is the creator's morality. What the creator thinks right is what the robot believes to be right.